Ooh, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. What a day that it's been. All kind of good news today. How is everybody feeling out here? How's everybody feeling all around the world? I hope y'all are feeling fantastic because the new legal is. I know Resident Gamer has something to pop up soon. 30 Below, I see you with the eyes, man. The generals, one of the generals of the member channels. Shout outs to the whole entire member channels, all the subscribers, everybody around the world that makes us international. We are here today. We are here. We are here. We are wearing it. We are excited about Xbox. Man, y'all know what time it is. It's Di-RRec Gaming. I go by the name of the new legal. Listen, I can't say enough to everybody that's been showing massive support. I mean, massive support all around. We've been rejuvenated here on this channel. We're putting in the work. We're putting in the time. People are hitting me up in the DMs. People are leaving encouraging messages, and it goes far, y'all. It goes far. It keeps us hyped, right, Rez? It keeps us hyped, and so we just gonna keep going, man. We can't slow down right now. This is the 25th anniversary. I told y'all last year that I was gonna put a lot more effort for the 25th anniversary year, and we just cannot stop getting great news as Xbox fans right now. So I hope everybody is just as excited as I am. Rez, I threw Rez all the notes. Rez has been one of these guys that's been talking about the next gen console forever and a day, blowing my ears up all the time. So I know he's excited. And I just want to say thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Thank y'all for all this fun that we are able to do nightly for y'all and sometimes daily for y'all. So this introduction right here goes out to everybody that makes it possible on Di-RRec Gaming. So if you like this channel, please feel free to subscribe to it. Hit the notification bell. Never miss a beat on the ones and twos as we grab these mics and perform for you. We want you to get up on stage with us. Smash that like button. Drop an elbow. Drop an elbow smash. Break your whole desktop over this stuff, man. But just don't get yourself hurt where you got to go to the hospital. But make sure you smash that like button, man. Leave a crack in your desktop like the Liberty Bell. Look, leave some comments below. Share, like, spread it to your Xbox comrades. You an Xbox fan? You are right at home. You a real gamer? The doors are open wide for you. Di-RRec Gaming is coming, y'all. We in full effect. We are full effect. Rez, let's go. Cheers. Once again, cheers to the mighty Xbox community around the world. Cheers. Rez, you got anything real quick, man, before I drop this awesome intro?
Man, we got a nice show planned for you guys because, as you guys know, GDC is this week, and Jason Ronald started off with a colossal bomb. And this kind of confirms what we've been talking about in the last few shows about Helix and the potential of Helix and some new technology we weren't aware of until now. So it's definitely something you want to stick around with. We're going to go over some of what he's talked about, what new features we learned, and we even know somewhat of a release date of when the dev kits go out. Legal, take it away.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
they pray, and they pray for our downfall. They just want to see Xbox dead. They go around with their little weird ceremonies and activities and rituals. They try to desecrate. They try to demolish. They want this entity called Xbox to perish. But for some reason, they still don't understand the philosophy called big bank takes little bank. And in their delusional minds, they conjure up this feeling that agitates their soul to think that a small bank can overthrow a big bank. They think that this small bank studios constantly shutting down. They ignore that. They want to ignore that. They want to keep talking about Xbox, but Xbox has a next gen console coming out. Xbox at GDC talking about all these new features and new partnerships and all this colossal great news when there's Sony with PlayStation is nowhere to be found. Nowhere. And they keep praying. They keep praying. And I don't understand why they pray in vain. Mr. Kima, what's good? 30 below, what's good?
Mr. Kima.
They keep praying in vain. And nobody cares about them. Nobody tries to stop them and say, hey, wake up. Shake their ass up. Wake your silly ass up. Xbox isn't going anywhere. Xbox is here. If anything, Xbox is going to be the last thing to go. You get the hints. They're making agreement contracts with AMD. They're saying multi-years of partnerships. You got Anya saying the next 25 years. You got Satya saying the next 25 years. You got many years. And it's continual bad news for those who think Xbox is going to disappear. It's continual bad news for you. But on the flip side of things in the Book of X, when we flip through the Book of X and Resident Gamer, what is this I'm seeing in chapter 49? In the Book of X today, a prophecy was fulfilled. Raz, can you read some of these prophecies you found out today?
Yeah, I can actually. Looks like we talked about this before, but at the GDC conference, Microsoft confirmed AMD's FSR next gen video technology, which is Diamond, machine language multi-frame generation, direct storage, work graph computation, advanced ray tracing and path tracing, neural texture compression, and also the next generation of DirectX. I think that's a pretty big revelation, don't you think?
I think revelation, baby. I think it's fact. Read more. Don't stop. Read more.
Yeah, so Jason Ronald had a little show or little slide presentation where he went over all the different features and basically what's coming for the next generation Xbox.
Real quick. Stop real quick, Rez. Guess who just popped up, man? From France. Our man Taylor Park in the building.
Man, Taylor, welcome in, buddy.
What's up, Taylor? He says, hi, guys. I don't care. I'm not going to sleep.
Hey,
it's 2:09 here in France.
We appreciate you, man. I don't know if you saw
the future of Xbox.
I don't know if you saw the news, but there's some big news coming out of the show from GDC. We're getting a lot of future and next gen technologies that most PCs don't even have. Like the other consoles will not have. PS6 will not be able to do a lot of will not have a lot of these features because
what?
Xbox. I know, and here's why. Right?
What?
Yes. So remember how we talked about Taylor, last week about how I was saying Microsoft has been developing this console and the concept of it for 10 years, and they've been building their technologies and engineering their video compression and their computation methods and their machine and building up to machine learning.
CBH for God in the building.
CBH, welcome, man. So they started from the Xbox One, right? They've been slowly building and improving the technologies for video and computation because they've always wanted to give their gamers and people the newest and greatest technologies built into their hardware, which makes them unique, right? Because no one else has the same exact technologies and features they have, right? And we actually have a tech guru who's on Twitter. You guys probably don't know, maybe some of you know him, but his name is Blue Nugro. And he's been pointing these out because he pays attention to who Microsoft hires as their engineers. And their engineers will often post on LinkedIn and other platforms about the technologies and what they're working on. And he's basically been saying that they've been working on this stuff since the beginning, since the Xbox One generation. So since then, they've been slowly building it up to get to the point where everything is ready for Helix. And a lot of these features and abilities are stuff that they've been improving upon and working on for the last decade. So we got some bombers right here. Like the next AMD system on chip that Microsoft is going to be using is going to have the new FSR Diamond video technology. We don't know how good it is compared to their more recent one, Redstone, but we do know it's customized only for Xbox. So it's going to produce performance levels at the same capacity as a mid to high tier PC. You know, what's great about Xbox too is when they build this stuff, they're looking at it as they want to obviously pull in people, right, for what they're providing, but they seem to always give you value in different ways, right? Not just how much you pay for it, but what you're getting for everything that comes with the product, right? You know, getting your bang for your buck. And this chip is going to be next level because it's going to have the newest Dirextx technology. We're talking new video compression techniques, new computational techniques, built-in machine learning and an AI neural processing unit that basically is going to take a lot of the work off of the CPU and GPU and give those two as much computational and graphical computation power as possible to basically give you better graphical fidelity at native 4K and running at 120 frames or higher for every game. And this is just kind of confirming all of the rumors and the leaks, I would say, of the specs. And some of it's new, like the Diamond. We did not know about Diamond, so it'd be interesting to see more about that. But this start off of GDC is basically kind of rearing us up for the next generation, and they're giving us a sneak peek at what Helix is going to be able to do. It's good to get confirmation for it finally, to know that those reports that we've been seeing were not fake or not false. It seems like everything has been living up to what's been said online about it, and every piece of hardware and feature except for the obviously Diamond is coming with Helix. Just the capabilities of it is really exciting because you're looking at a device that's never been done before in terms of console gaming, like having the power and feature set of a PC built into a console where you could switch between two modes on the fly and you can play any type of games you want in any library. So not just Xbox games, but you could switch to Steam, you could switch to Epic, you could switch to GOG, or whatever you fancy, emulation.
And I want to stop you
retro.
right there, Rez.
Yeah,
right
go
there
ahead.
while you cooking. Commando Striker. 304. Welcome to Direct Gaming, man. And he dropped a jewel here. He dropped a jewel here, Rez, while you was talking. Xbox can now play World of Warcraft. Xbox can now play on these modded GTA 6. He's got a big point there. Imagine mods now on Xbox. Imagine that.
I will say my gut instinct tells me that we'll be able to play GTA 6 at 120 frames, if not higher, because of the power of Helix and what the video and computational machine learning, like all of that put together, working with each other to reduce the workloads. It's really going to push out so much more performance, so much better graphical quality that you're not going to get that same experience anywhere.
Right.
You might get a similar power level if you spend enough on a PC, but what they're building in Helix, you're not going to get anywhere else. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind device, one-of-a-kind experience. And I think that will pull a lot of people in. It's certainly getting me excited because I've been waiting for this device for a long time, because we talked about on the show about immersion, right? Like, what's been the big problems with gaming since inception, right? Like the NPCs, right? The environments, right? Sometimes they look too fake, or it just doesn't look like it's real, you know. And you have NPCs who act stupid and they don't behave as like they were a real person or a real creature or whatever it may be. But with this neural MPI, with this neural NPU processing unit and all the different capabilities with machine learning, like we're going to see CPUs and NPCs act like they're real, and the environments are going to be more real. Everything that you do in the game is going to seem like it's more realistic. The immersion is going to be way more better than we've ever had. It's just going to unlock a lot of things in gaming that we've never truly achieved, and that's why Kojima, I think, is probably going to release a Helix version of OD, if it's not going to be a launch title for OD, because it's going to give him an ability to craft a horror game that we've never had before in video games, like to where it's like almost like a cinematic type of horror game, you know, where it seems completely real. Like it doesn't seem like it's a video game. You know, it'll be crazy, man. Like I see the potential of this device, and the further confirmation from Jason
I gotta stop today, man. He's too hype.
Was crazy, man.
Hold on. I gotta read some of these comments. I gotta read some of these comments. Rance is too hype, man, and I love it. Yo, legendary Yobi, it's good to see you, Legal. I see that positive energy shining on you. Love to see it, sir. Hey, man, listen. Here on Direct Gaming, man, we've been re-energized, brother. Like, I can't even get this man to stop talking. He's so hyped. It's ridiculous, but it's beautiful, right? It's something that we don't see all the time. It's good to finally see the Xbox community just with all this energy. Like you said, it's amazing. I hope that they see y'all's energy, not just mine, but how things are shifting with the atmosphere and the attitudes within the Xbox community itself, right? Because this guy's about to read off some stuff that's going to be totally mind-blowing to me. I think he's got 3 articles tonight, y'all, so don't worry. We'll cover all those 3 articles. We'll hear from y'all. We'll talk about it, and we'll get out of here. But Rez, the Microsoft team did not play at all at GDC today. Not like at all, period. Jason Reynolds just slaughtering everything. The information with the FSR, the diamond, I want you to read that off to him. The other one, what is it? The neural, what is it called? I don't know. It's the neural something. You're gonna be reading about that too. And then there's one more thing. The ray tracing and path tracing, right?
Yeah, let me know when you're ready to start. I'll read them off.
Right now. Break them off, bro. Right now. I'm ready to hear this, man.
All right, so we're going to start off with Diamond. So AMD has now attached a new name to its FSR stack. In a social media post, AMD SVP and GM Jack Hoon referred to the technology as Diamond, tying it directly to Xbox's next generation plans. Microsoft already said Helix will use a custom AMD chip, which is what I was talking about, and a next gen fidelity spectral resolution path with machine learning features. I said that, machine learning. Neither AMD nor Microsoft has confirmed RDNA 5 as the GPU backbone of the console, but that's the current report. That's what people think it's going to be. Hun says Diamond as being built for next generation neural rendering.
Yeah.
Look,
there
so
it is.
listen to that again. Next generation neural rendering, and that's what I was talking about with the worlds, the environments, like full immersion, almost kind of like world building.
So when you walk through something, it's like your character's like it feels it, like it rubs up against it. You're right.
Yes.
Everything, it feels like it's really
Everything
touching each
is
other.
not just yeah, exactly. It's like it's organic. It's more organic. Yeah, that's the best way I could put it. A new machine learning based multi-frame generation path and next gen ray generation for ray tracing and path tracing. Let me say that again. Next gen ray generation for ray tracing and path tracing. Hun said Diamond is being natively optimized for Helix. See how I said everything is custom and you're not going to get that same experience anywhere else? He says it right here, natively optimized for Helix, and it will be deeply integrated into the next Xbox games developer kit. And what do developers all build their games on? The dev kit, right? So it's going to be built into the dev kit, which points to tighter platform level support. So it's going to make it easier for PC developers to just create their game and easily just translate it over to Helix, no problem. Like, it's going to make it very, very simple for developers to build games for Xbox Helix, which Microsoft's own Helix reveal already advertised the console as a long-term. Remember, I said that too, like a show or two ago. I said this is going to be a decade long generation for Helix at least. Tighter platform than a standard game by game, which points to standard game by game role. We talked about that. And it advertised the console as a long-term Xbox and PC integration effort with AMD handling the silicon and the graphics stack. Wow. This means Diamond should be optimized for both the console and desktops using this architecture, reportedly RDNA 5. One thing worth pointing out is AMD says when AMD says something is natively optimized for Helix, it's their vocab for it means exclusive support. Let me say that again, exclusive support. That was also the case when they announced Redstone. Hardware leaker Kepler, usually well informed on their plans, claims that FSR Diamond is indeed exclusive to RDNA 5. Woo! Oh man,
this is incredible news, man.
And Diamond comes out next year, 2027.
Right. As planned. What's up, G-Man?
Neither Microsoft nor AMD has shared launch timing for Diamond beyond its connection to Helix. Microsoft said, and this is where I was at the title of the show where I said we kind of know when it's coming out. The developers are going to get their hands on a version of Helix in early 2027. So probably the beginning or spring is what currently is reported.
And I'm going on the record. I still stand on what I said. It's coming out in 2027. I'm on the record. I'm on the record books. So we're going to find out if I'm right.
And that's the topic on Diamond. So that's, like I was telling you guys, I'm not just making stuff up. Like, this is this is really exciting times. This is something we've never experienced in gaming. It's going to be truly next level, and I can't wait for all of us to experience it and get to play on it.
My thing,
There,
Rez, before you start on the next one, what's got me really hyped is I'm proud of consoles, man. I'm proud of consoles. Xbox is about to take consoles to a whole nother level, to a whole nother level. And console space will finally get some respect on his name. You're talking about something that's always optimized, right? For what it's set out to do and within its specs, right? But this thing goes beyond its specs, even though it's customized. The fact that technology is so digital now to where they can combine elements of what PC does and what console does and brings them together is phenomenal. Like there's only so many companies that could be able to pull something off like this, right? And Microsoft is one of them, where they can utilize their technologies into making whatever they want to make out of it by bridging the gaps between their ecosystem. It just makes sense to do it that way. My Xbox is finally in a spot where now it can showcase the real essence of why it was created in the first place. So this going back to Xbox philosophy, that's legendary, man. You're talking within a 25-year span of what Microsoft has been doing with Xbox to now just all their technologies that they've been working on through cloud compute, through the Azure, through Play Anywhere, mobile devices, the servers, when they finally got the 120 servers around the world, when they finally got that worldwide connection feel to be able to partnership with Backbone, all these things that what they were able to do to get to where they're at right now. This thing, remember, Rez, this thing has been in the making for 10 years. So when I think about that, I go back 10 years and I'm like, damn, bro, they secretly been like really been on some other level stuff, man, without us even knowing it. When I think like that, they already knew they were going to be here. Think about that, Rez, just for a minute before you read the next section, right? Microsoft knew that if time was given, they was going to be right here anyway. Think about that. They had no worries after 2000. Their worry was 2014, right? When Phil went decided to say, "Hey, listen, don't get rid of Xbox. I want to take it and I want to do something with it. I believe in it." And so I just said, here's the duffel bag. Do your thing. Take it. Take it. Phil took that money and he started building upon what we're about to see right now. This thing is Phil Spencer's biggest secret. Think about that for a minute. Wow, everybody, it's almost like as if, remember when they took the old Jaguar motherboard and produced 4K out of it, 4K 60 out of it. It was like Microsoft just they kill me on how they just take things when other companies just they leave it alone. Microsoft comes in and can take something and actually pull more juice out of it and do something else with it. And it'll blow your mind. You mean to tell me you did that with Jaguar? They made a 1X and a 1S out of Jaguar. Incredible. Made the original vanilla ones run even better. Run it and made them look the way we wanted them to look. Xbox One was big and clunky. Look at they did. They downsized it and everything. Made it look better and made it run better. You know, Phil's legacy will be cemented on the fact that he was the one that allowed Xbox to go on. You will not be able to take that away from him. And Asha is grabbing the baton of fire. And this woman is literally, with her humbleness, has taken off with her incredible knowledge of how to get something out of platforms. She can build communities out of platforms. This lady knows how to generate massive assets from a platform standpoint. she's taking Xbox and she's gonna make Xbox one of the biggest platforms of all time. We're thinking Windows, but she's gonna incorporate Windows through this Xbox. See, Windows is not gonna be able to do what Xbox can do. Windows can't do for Xbox what Xbox can do for Windows. Put it like that. And everybody's gonna see that. Everybody's gonna see that. Shout out to Talos Reed in the building. Much love to you, man. I see y'all. I want to say for a minute, I want to stop here for a minute and say shout outs to all the member channels. Everybody that's a member on DIRREC Gaming. Shout outs to all of y'all, man. We love y'all. Shout outs to all the subscribers. We love y'all, man. We're here. We're here. All this stuff right now, this no hype stuff, it's gone. Like Rez was hitting me up today. He's like, man, do you see how it got quiet out here? Like, can you see how everybody's in awe? Everybody's in awe.
Buzz is crazy right now. I don't know if you guys are on social media, but everybody's talking about Helix. Even the donkeys, the hybrids, the everybody. And I've never seen such excitement and hype and
disarray,
like talk.
hating.
Yeah, like there's even people that are just doing everything they can to sabotage it just because they're afraid of it and what it can do. They know that the PlayStation 6 will have a tough time competing in terms of what it can offer. You know, they know that it's not going to help. You know, their fanboyism. You know, they're going to be angry because they can't say anything bad about Helix because there won't be anything bad to say about it. All they could keep saying is that it's a PC, right? We keep hearing that talking point. It's too expensive. It's a PC. Like, there's no difference. I'll just go buy a PC. I'm like, yeah, there is a difference. Microsoft's told you now there is a big difference. You're going to have an experience that no one else is going to have because they're customizing, they're building everything that's proprietary, and it will only be supported on Helix. You know, you're not going to get that same experience on any other device. So it's really unique. It's one of a kind. People try to compare it to Steam Machine, but it's not the same. Like it's going to have. I know. I mean, like people just say it's another Steam Machine. Yes, I've had people tell me that, which makes me laugh because I'm like, bro, you don't know what this device can do. Like, if you knew, like, you would not be saying that because the Steam Machine doesn't even come close. Not even close, bro. No, not even the same dimension, bro. I'm telling you, this is like talking about freaking Goliath versus a rabbit. You know, like there's no comparison, bro. And even with the PS5 Pro, it's gonna make it look like a children's toy. That's what I was telling people online because it's gonna destroy it. I mean, there's gonna be no. Digital Foundry might have to find a new job because they won't have any comparisons to make it with. They'll have to, like, yeah.
Godbox says put them links down in the group.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I can do that.
They'll be able to check them out later on. I'll remind you. Keep going. Nah, you keep going. I'll remind unless you're gonna do it right now.
So, yeah, man. If there's ever a time to be excited about where the brand is going. We're getting the best of both worlds. Think about it, right? Not only are we getting a device that's going to make history in terms of what it can do in gaming, but we're also getting new leadership, which is something that a lot of people have wanted. So, in that leadership actually seems, from what we've seen so far, seems to really care about bringing it back to what was great about Xbox, and they're already starting to make the right moves. I got to give Asha a lot of credit. She's already started building a marketing team because that was one of their biggest weaknesses is they never did a good job with messaging about what the device is capable of, showing off the features and the abilities of the device, and then putting the device out there more than they did, putting their games out there more than they did, like just throwing it everywhere on any platform and any avenue. They really need to broadcast it across the world in every way possible. They just need to mass market it like
Yes,
Nintendo like mass markets their products, right? And
I
that's
agree with you. Totally
and
agree with you.
they're they're hitting all the right notes, and everything that we wanted to change and go in a different direction is happening. So you guys don't do not lose your hype, do
Right,
not give up, or don't even think about
right.
leaving Xbox, because we're in the start. And I said this before, remember? I said this is going to be a new era for Xbox. This is going to be the new generation. And I feel like
It's
those words
true.
are becoming more and more true as time goes on.
Rez, you know what, man? Before you get to the next segment, I wanna elaborate on this too. I want to bring this to direct gaming as well too. This is very important outside of the marketing, right? Because we're gonna hammer on marketing. Microsoft market the hell out of the Project Helix. And whatever the next Xbox name is going to be, whether it's Xbox. Oh, wait a minute. We got to stop. We got to stop. We got J-Mac dropping bombs up in here, man. Shouts to J-Mac, aka the gray beard of the Xbox streets. Xbox World Order is fully operational. Gray beards in the building. What's good? New legal. What's good, my brother? J Mac, the root gamer in the building. Shouts to all the root gamers out there like J Mac, man. Holding it down in these gaming streets. No matter the age, man. Still coming up in here, flexing with us, man. You know how I
Right,
get when
man. It
y'all
is an
show y'all
Xbox
self.
new world order, right? It is a new world order
It
of
is.
Xbox. It really is.
It is. And I want to say this, man, right? Because Rez, you're keeping me hyped, man. Everything. Look, you're not lying about nothing, okay? Hold on, let me check this. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. You're not lying about nothing, right? I just here's the thing, man. I'm with the mass marketing, and I don't want the Xbox community to stop pushing Microsoft to not mass market. We all got to collaborate and make sure wherever you tweet once a week or something, just make sure you leave something to Xbox, tag it, and say, listen, make sure y'all market the hell out of this Project Helix. It just has to be. Because nobody understands Xbox better than we do. It's at a point where we need to show the benefits, the true value, what we do when we turn our Xbox on. So when people get this Xbox, they don't feel lost, you know? They'll feel like I do kind of like the way Xbox pushed the jump in. I wish they would have marketed that hell of a lot because that was a good way of introducing people to come on, jump on in, get on in with the community. You know what I'm saying? But now that jump in is over with, now mass market what it can do. Like when it's shown, like when you got these commercials, right? And show that you can use mods. You know, show somebody using a mod or show those frames, show how the differences, split them screens up and show people the differences, show that the different technologies that are gonna be involved with this Xbox, right? Show the different game modes when like my man said, the PC games come over there. Show them when it turns into the Windows mode and when it turns into Xbox game mode. We need commercials like that, right? Now that I'm through with the push and the marketing thing. Rez, I'm going to hit this subject and then I want you to flip to the second page, right? Here's where I'm at, Rez. Rez is talking about the marketing. I agree with him. Ain't nothing like some ice cold water and a nice Texas night, man. It's nothing like it. Only Texas tea beats this, but right now, you water, you're good right now. But I want to say they this getting 2.5 years ahead of the competition is exactly what Microsoft needed to do. We need 2.5, even 3 years. I wouldn't even care if it was 3 years because Microsoft has never ever had Xbox out that long, right? It always gets annihilated some kind of way. It gets suffocated some kind of way. So for Microsoft to have massive third-party games, right? Already being made. It's got its own first-party studio games already being made, right? And however they see fit what they're going to do with these games, at this point, it's not even going to matter anymore. When you make the best product, like I've been saying, just make the absolute best product. And like Rez agrees with me. This ain't this. I don't want to hear about a 13% power surge or a 30% differential, because let me tell y'all something about that, right? When these graphic chips come out, or these PC chips come out, let me say that. Do you know all it takes is a 13 to 17% increase, and they can literally put another chip out there in the market? That's all it takes. Because between 13 and 17%, there's so much more they can do within the card. And that, sorry if y'all heard that, it's windy out here, man. We've been having bad storms. They can utilize other technologies, right? If it jumps between 13 to 17 in that realm, and that's all it takes, Raz. That's all it takes. And then you got another chip coming out here, and you got them marketing talking about, oh, it's 25% more than your old. We can get 52% up to 52% more power. They do this stuff. This next generational console, right, is literally leaping a generation. Rez, when they said that, that was the beginning of my hype, but it's literally leaping a generation, right? So since it's leaping a generation, 2.5 years, Rez, is mind-blowing to me, bro. The devastation that Microsoft can do by showcasing what Xbox can do. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if y'all even feel my hype. Bro, this is going to literally put Xbox on a big totem pole. The standard is going to change, Rez. You're hearing it on live on Direct Gaming, Rez. Chat Pat. Y'all are
Oh
hearing me
yeah,
say
without a
this.
question.
Right. The level, right. The standard, Xbox is about to rewrite the standard of what it means to be gaming in the 2K eras. Because look, let's just face it, J-Mac. And let's face it, to all my Xbox comrades sitting in here right now. We're not going to make it out of this era. Our tombstones are waiting for us. Our ashes are waiting for us. Or however you want to be distributed when you pass away. But here's a known fact. We're not making it out of this century. None of us. This is our mark. You're leaving your mark as a gamer. My son, he has a chance. He has a chance. He's got to put some age on him, but he has a chance. But think about it. Our whole era, our whole existent era, our entire century generation is gone right here with this run. This is it for us. To see something as much as you think about J-Mac, for instance. He saw when the Odyssey came out. The Odyssey. For somebody like him, if many tomorrows are promised to him, and he can get to see something that this Xbox is going to do, he knows he saw the pinnacle of what's beyond after that. And what did I tell y'all? I told y'all I was not going to start with Nintendo, and I told y'all that wasn't going to start with PlayStation. They're not big enough. And look, and that's crazy, right? Because you think about the Switch, right? And out of all those Switches that were sold, it didn't push the industry forward. It didn't change the landscape. Think about that. This Helix, Rez, is going to literally change the gaming landscape as we know it. And just when y'all thought, y'all gonna really know, just how powerful the influence of Xbox is next generation. Y'all really going to see it. And like I said, I don't think nothing's going to die, but this is what I do know. Whatever you got outside of Xbox today, tomorrow won't be what you thought it was. Go ahead, Rez. Next page.
So this is bouncing more off of the Redstone article, but there was an article put out by videocards.com, same site that did both articles, and it said, Microsoft confirms AMD FSR Next and ML multi-frame generation for Helix. Finally, AMD ML machine learning multi-frame generation. Microsoft used its GDC conference to share the first real graphic details for Helix. Jason Ronald said the system will use a custom AMD chip, support both Xbox and PC games, and deliver what Microsoft described as an order of magnitude increase in ray tracing performance, including path tracing. The hardware slide showed during the talk also listed AMD FSR Next and Project Helix. As part of our multi-year partnership with AMD, we are shaping the future of rendering and simulation. Project Helix is powered by a custom AMD SoC and co-designed by the next generation of Dirextx and FSR to unlock what comes next. This is the first time Microsoft has tied Helix to a named AMD upscaling path and to machine learning-based frame generation. The same slide also reported GPU-directed work graph execution, next-gen regeneration for ray tracing and path tracing, neural texture compression, deep texture compression, and direct storage and ZSTD. This is all about how the data gets compressed, how it computes the data, how the machine learning and the neural MPI will assist with that workload. So this basically was like I was saying when I was talking to you guys earlier, is that this is really going to push graphical fidelity and performance to higher levels than we've ever seen for a console. On top of other things that I've mentioned too. Ronald also confirmed that alpha versions of Project Helix will start going out to developers in 2027.
Shout outs to Kevin Cole, Sinceres, baby. I see y'all.
The GDC update follows Asha Sharma's March 5th reveal of the Project Helix codename, when she said the system would, in quotes, lead in performance. Lead. So they're saying that they're confident that the performance of this device is going to outshine anything Sony does. And obviously Nintendo, because we already know what the Switch 2 can do. But it's going to lead in console gaming for the most powerful and innovative device we've ever seen. The session also focused on reducing the gap, which is what I was talking about earlier, between Xbox and Windows development. Microsoft wants developers to target a more unified environment so the vast majority of code can run across Xbox and Windows. So instead of maintaining separate builds, they can build it all for the same platforms. Ronald also pointed to the Xbox Play Anywhere as part of that strategy. Like I said in previous shows, Microsoft's official Play Anywhere page says supported digital purchases can be played across Xbox consoles, Windows PCs, and supported handhelds at no extra cost. And Ronald said the catalog now exceeds 1,500 games. 1,500 games. Microsoft added 2 more platform level points during the talk. Ronald said older Xbox titles will be re-released through the company's game preservation effort. That's the backwards compatibility program.
That's
he did not name the games.
That's going to be powered by the AI. So it's going to look a whole lot different, a whole lot better, and run a lot better.
Yep, and he also teased that some of Xbox's most iconic first-party franchises will return in 2026. which basically we knew already was coming. You know, Fable and Gears and Halo. So a lot of great things. That's the end of the article. A lot of great things coming for Xbox, not just with Helix, but we got a really big year for games. I'm sure next year as well is going to be filled up with games. Man, all around. I think this is the most exciting times as an Xbox fan as we've ever had. Maybe even more so than the 360. So I gotta say this. I know it's cheesy, famo, but Xbox is back, baby. Woohoo! Man, they are back, bro. This is it. This is it, man. I can't tell you guys how crazy this is right now. I can't tell you, man. Like you know what? I will say I was a big fan of Phil. I did like a lot of the things he did. He did help build Xbox to where it is now. He didn't always make the right decisions. He didn't always do things we wanted him to do, but he definitely got us here to this moment. And I think he's so far, you know, we still need to wait and see a little bit on this one, but I think they made the right decision with going with Asha because of her AI background and what they're going to do with Helix in the future. So I don't think they could have picked a better candidate to take over for him. And I feel like this is the next step in the 360, get it? 360 turn that they're making to greatness. I mean, they were already great, but I feel like this is going to be what the brands needed in a long time.
Thanks, G, man. I want to say, Jonathan Wimbush, welcome to the channel, man. We haven't seen you in our neck of the streets, man. So shouts to him. Y'all welcome Jonathan Wimbush in here, man. He says shoutouts to Sarah Bond too. Exactly.
Yeah,
Shout
you're
outs to
right.
Sarah Bond.
She
I mentioned
also,
her earlier.
yeah, she also did help build this too.
Yep.
So
That's right. Her legacy is Game Pass. Her legacy is Game Pass. Game Pass is the greatest service plan of all time. Period. And what they're doing with the tiers right now, I'm hearing that Cyberpunk 2077 will be coming to premium and ultimate. Now, see, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Now, I understand ultimate is ultimate, but those with premium, it's good to see them get rewarded every now and then with a good drop, you know, because premium is not that bad. It's not. You know, if you don't want to do ultimate, premium is pretty, man. It looks good out here. So, I mean, but to do that, it makes sense because think about it. Nobody's mad. Nobody's mad. I have ultimate, and I'm not mad at that because Cyberpunk 2077 is a 6-year-old game. It needs to come on out. I mean, come on out on Game Pass, period. Kevin Coates, my man, my brother from another mother. What's good, famo? I've always felt like Xbox was my Incredible Hulk. I have mad love for Phil, but it's time that we have somebody to give the command to go smash. See, it is, man. And you know what, Rez? It's true. This is how the Xbox community is feeling. Asha came up on here, man, and she spoke the language. There's nothing wrong with it because we're not in tune to that stuff. Phil did it how Phil wanted to do. I understand that Phil had friends all across the waves. You know, I get it. And I understand that Phil may want to play on everything. I get it. What's up, Rain? But when you have a company that you're running for, when you have a community that has a solid core, that community wants to feel like you're grand slamming for them no matter what. And I think when you listen deeply into the community, into the core community, Rez, I think they scream that a lot. It's because not only do they feel like, you know, Xbox lost its identity, but it felt like they were shorthanded of the stick. You know, as time and time went on, it just didn't feel you didn't feel worthy. You didn't, and it's okay because there's nothing wrong with that feeling. The point of the point of Microsoft is to acknowledge it, right? See that it's a problem and fix it. Judah Game in the building. Judah Gamer in the building. Hey, Rez, you got one more article to read, right? We got one more, right?
No, that was it, I think.
Oh,
Let me double check. Hold on.
that was it, because you've read only 2 articles, right?
Yeah.
There's a third one. Okay, there's a third one. Hold on. Judah Gamer says you've seen the difference between an AMD FSR Redstone, which rumored to be on PlayStation 6, and Project Helix, AMD FSR Diamond. Exactly. Here's the difference, famo. Redstone is out now. We were talking about, Rez was talking about Redstone last year around October. That's how long Rez was talking about this stuff,
Yeah,
right?
Redstone's been out. This
It's
is the
been out.
new. This is the new Diamond, which
Yeah,
is being
yeah,
specifically it's specifically for Helix. It's not going to be on any other console.
right. So, my man Unlimited, what's up, famo? Unlimited Production says, feel worthy about what? I think when you what I'm talking about, Unlimited, is certain people within our community, right? Them. Me and you, we're different. Me and you are not looking for no worth of. We just look at these games. We're content. We know why we're an Xbox fan, right? But some of these gamers in our community, they're deeply into, shall I say, what are you doing for me type of customer. Those customers exist, right? And those are them shaky customers. Not saying they're not real Xbox fans, but if you piss them off, they'll leave. Those type of customers, right? And that's the realization of it, right? That's why I said there's no wrong customer. There is no wrong customer, because we can't make somebody like something, right? Unlimited. You like what you like. I like what I like. Everybody likes what they like, right? And there's nobody on God's green earth that can tell somebody you ought to like something, right? Especially when they're working hard and that's their earned money to put wherever they want to put it at. So what I was elaborating to was those type of gamers. You hear them in our community, right? Where they felt like what Phil, his range was so broad, right? To them, they were like, well, what do we get out of your broadness? What are we gonna get back in return? That's how they thought. I mean, that's just how they thought. And they were in our community, and great companies see everything. They don't just look at one specific group. This is exactly why I told everybody back then, Unlimited. I said, hey, listen, Microsoft is not worrying about me, right? They're not worrying about you either, Unlimited, because we're Xbox fans. I'm gonna buy the next Xbox. They're not worrying about me. They know the new legal's gonna buy just about anything we drop out. I'm gonna get it, right? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna try to get it, right? Because I'm an Xbox fan. But not all Xbox fans just gravitate to that, right? And so I'm not enough. We're not enough, right? The the audience that you want to get are the ones that are like, well, what's the benefit of me getting a raw Xbox Ally X when it's just the cloud version? Should I get it now or should I, those are the type of gamers that Microsoft needs to focus on too. Focus on the doubters. I'm saying focus on everybody. And how do you do that? You do that through marketing. So when you market and you shoot that straight arrow and you show everybody what this beautiful concept of a system can do, nobody can debate it. When they see it with their eyes, nobody can debate it. And Unlimited, truth be told, back in our days, right? That's how we won some people over the Xbox. They had to come to our house and we had to literally put the controller in their hand. If they never got that chance to do that, they would never have converted over to Xbox in the first place and gave it a chance. So these types of realistic things are true in the world. They're true in our community. For me, I tell Microsoft, don't leave none of your community gamers behind. I don't care how they think differently from one another. Execute on this console, that because the execution on that console is what's going to bring all the minds together. When you start nick-and-knacking each thought and, oh, we'll go over here because it's easier because we can appease, then you're going to mess up. But if you just keep it straight and narrow, make this great concept of a console, show what it can do, market all those possibilities, market all of the features, market everything. It's going to bring the minds together. It's going to make a common mind. There will be no more debate. There will be no more people saying, well, what do I get at? You know what you're getting out of it. Look what you're getting, because like Rez is saying, you're about to get something that won't be on other nothing. It ain't even going to be on the next PC. And I told y'all what was coming in with PC. PC doesn't have cloud. PC don't have cloud. So PC is in a kennel. Even tough ass PC is in a kennel. But Microsoft sees that problem. And I'm telling y'all go look it up. Windows 365 is real. It's real. And guess what? Microsoft is already making the new computers for it. They're making the new computers for it. These things are going to have digital, they're going to have digital capabilities. The hardware specs, the software specs, they're going to have digital capabilities, and these PCs will be able to utilize the cloud. Now you're going to have Xbox cloud PCs on top of consoles. This is going to be ridiculous. I mean, what's about that? And listen, production, I tried to warn them. I told them that this was going to happen. Those arms, that John Octopus, that Leviathan of Microsoft, all it was doing was all these years was aligning everything up. And once everything gets aligned, Rez, there's no stopping it after that. There's not going to be there's nothing that nothing else can do. There's no other gaming platform that can even come close to what Microsoft can do with Xbox. It's just not. And they're only doubting because it hasn't happened yet. But when it happens, because it is going to happen, that's the guarantee. It is going to happen. And when it does happen, we ain't going to have to say nothing no more. Night of Cypher, what's good, famo? Night of Cypher says, G-Man 2015, we do. My Steam library is valued at $110,000 in today's prices, including sales discounts. According to SteamDB, not including DLCs. That is ridiculous. You got people out here with a library equivalence to that. Imagine how he's going to feel when he gets his Xbox and everything that he's ever done will not, you know what? Here's I got a new slogan. This is crazy. There will be no apartheid anymore in the Xbox community. And not the Xbox community, in Microsoft gaming community. There will be no more apartheid. Think about that. The Windows PC gaming side and the Xbox console gaming side integrated. There's no more segregation. There's no more apartheid, bro. Who else can do that right now? Nobody. Nintendo can't do that. PlayStation can't do that. This is ridiculous.
Microsoft's the only ones. Yep.
Rez, Microsoft's the only one. There was one more article. Let me make sure. Y'all. And y'all feel free to tell me if I lose y'all, if my voice goes out. I just want to make sure, Rez, that we're covering everything. We did the AMD FSR multi-frame generation, right? We did that one.
Yeah, we did FSR Diamond. We talked about the work graph computation. We talked about the texture decompression. The other article you're referring to is an article basically about Asha Sharma. People suspect that they're spreading misinformation, or she's being misleading. She's not being truthful right off the get-go. And that's something that I can bring up now, and we could talk about that. because that was in Asha Sharma did not get a blank check to bring back Xbox. So basically, there was an interview with Satya Nadella where they asked him about Asha and the future of Xbox, and he basically made some interesting statements. So since her appointment as president, Asha's statements and positions have been scrutinized. Unfortunately, misinformation is also circulating about her strategy on the brand. Insider Access reported that Sharma had been given a blank check by Satya Nadella, but the thing is, he didn't say that. We had the actual communication manager come out and say that he did not say that anywhere in the interview. He basically said that Microsoft will always support Xbox and that he's giving Asha the freedom to build the platform in her vision in the best way possible, and he will support it, basically, is what he's saying. He also said that gaming is always has been and always will be one of the core businesses in core to Microsoft as gaming as a whole. It's going to take over. It's always going to be a part of their business. They're never going to get rid of it. It's never going to die. So people took that information and misconstrued it and made it seem like it was more than it actually turned out to be. But the reality is if you think about it, they've already spent close to $70 billion on ABK, right? You don't make that sort of investment on gaming unless you're planning in for the long haul, unless you really stand by the division and you really want it to succeed, right? Because you would not invest that much money. No gaming company in history has invested that much money before, and especially not in just one thing, to one publisher. But this publisher is the biggest or one of the biggest publishers in gaming. I mean, it's all strategy for Microsoft because their goal is to unify their platforms together, take the power of Windows and power of Xbox, combine it together and make it an ultimate form, right? Like we could joke about that, like the ultimate Ranger, right? So this publisher is their best way of pulling out more studios and releasing more games across more platforms and get their reach across more players through their Battle.net service, as well as Xbox Live and other facets of their business. So this power play was all leading up to this, to Helix, because we're going to be able to play anything we want from any platform, from any avenue. It's going to be the ultimate gaming device. It can also be a Windows device where you could switch to it and do something non-gaming related. Like it's going to be a device that achieves a lot of things. It's not just gaming, but gaming's the core of it, right? They're going to push all of these features and this device and this equipment along with their publishing strong arm and their cloud-backed infrastructure to build the best technological products along with the best technological infrastructure to back up those products. And that's something that's kind of unheard of, right? That's just not been achieved before in gaming, not to this level. So we're really in for something truly special here because we're building towards the future. Microsoft is always thinking ahead, right? Like they don't get stuck in the past. They don't try to rely on legacy. They don't keep reliving the same previous decades like the other two do. They're actually looking at what's next for gaming. Like how can we take this to the next level or bring it up a notch, and how do we make ourselves more appealing? And I think all of these moves are leading towards that. And these media companies, these YouTubers, these people on Twitter, they're going to do everything they can to push against this, right? To discredit it, right? To try to destroy it or try to kill your hype for the direction that Microsoft is going and what Helix can do. But don't let them, because the potential here for greatness is all formulating together. You know, it's all the pieces of the puzzle are snapping into place, and we're getting to the point where we're going to have something truly remarkable and amazing as a platform. We're going to be really spoiled as gamers. It's going to be an awesome time for us because we're going to get to experience something that's never happened before in gaming. And that's something to be excited about. I know I keep talking here, but Legal seems to have dropped out. We'll have to wait for him to come back. But I'm excited to see what you guys think. Is it a big deal for you, or you've heard everything we've said? You kind of get a feeling of, from what we've conveyed, what direction the company's going and what the future of the new Xbox, is what I'm calling it, is going to be like, the true next generation of Xbox in the new era of the brand. Nothing but excitement for me. I'm ready for Helix. I know even for 2027, it's still a long wait for me. It's going to be hard for me to wait. Jago6 says, I know, right? So what's the point of pulling the game out now, since the PS5 firmware BIOS is out and they can hack and rip any PS game on the market? G-Man says, Steam is the best at what they do. Epic and these other companies try to imitate but can't. Night of Cypher says, it only makes sense from a fearful standpoint. Sony is finding out how they aren't as appealing as they thought. PC gamers didn't like Sony. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're seeing that a lot of the games that they ported over to PC haven't really been that successful. The only two that have really stood out in terms of success has been Helldivers 2 and Spider-Man. And even then, like, they didn't even hit the same amount of numbers that they did on the PS5 for those games. Like Stellar Blade actually sold more on the PC, which I will say, than the PS5, but that's kind of a rare anomaly, right? So no, their games are not appealing to people anymore. They don't pull people in like they used to. People want to play games, right? They don't want to play a movie, right? And this movie experience is becoming less and less attractive to a lot of gamers. So what's the point of owning a PlayStation if those are the only games they make, right? And they've tried to go the live service route, but they have yet, their studios are just were not capable of building those games because they've never built those games before. So they've kind of run into a brick in the wall where they're trying to figure out what works and put together whatever they can and monetize their players more to try to survive and keep the business going. But they're getting more and more diminishing returns on their investments on their games, and a lot of games aren't working out. They don't even get past the prototype phase, and they have to cancel them just because they're not in their objective minds something that's going to be successful. So they just terminate it right away. Even the Last of Us factions, which you would think they would be confident about, doesn't seem to be hitting for them either. So any way Sony goes right now, they're running into walls. They're in panic mode right now because they're trying to figure out what they're going to do to try to keep their business sustainable. I mean, even Jim Ryan knew this. He saw this coming. I mean, he's been in the Sony he was in the Sony company business for decades, and he knew, he could see the writing on the wall. That's why he knew if Xbox got ABK and they were able to achieve their vision, that they would not be able to recover. They would not be able to compete. I mean, he even said it himself. Those are his words. So I think he was onto something there. He's actually, he knew where the industry was headed really well.
FMO, you can hear me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm sorry, everybody. The wind I've been having bad storms where I'm at. Go ahead, Rez. Finish what you're saying, and I got what I was gonna read. Sorry
I
about
was
that.
just telling them that like Sony's in a bad position. They're in kind of in a panic mode business wise because they've exhausted all avenues of revenue, ways that they can earn revenue. So now they're monetizing their players more because they know their games aren't as appealing as they used to be. Like
Yep.
Jim Ryan even came out and said that, you know, their business wouldn't be able to recover. They can't compete with Microsoft, and we're
Said that.
seeing it more and more. And it's just it's not a good direction they're going right now. I don't want to, as much as I don't like the brand and I don't like the fanboys, I don't want to see PlayStation completely go away, but it's not looking good for them right now. And Marathon is not hitting like I know they excuse me, I know they have targets and they probably have not hit them. So they can't be too happy at Bungie right now. And that was I think that was what they were hoping on more than any other live service game. Was we were really hoping on Bungie delivering. That's the whole reason they spent $3 or multi-billion dollars to acquire them, is because they felt like it was they were a sure thing, right? Based on their credentials, based on their history, right?
That's true.
But that's not the same Bungie that the people fail to realize is that's not the same Bungie as the Halo days. Like,
right.
A lot of people have come and gone. That knowledge wasn't passed on. And that happens a lot in gaming companies. Is a lot of times people move on and they don't pass the knowledge on to the other developers, so they have to learn from scratch or try to figure it out themselves.
True. Yeah.
So that's why you can't compare a gaming company from a decade ago till now, because a lot of things change in that dynamic. So their big bet is not doing that hot right now. So where do they go next? I mean, what do they do? I mean, they've tried everything else, right? So I just feel like they keep hitting walls, and like, what's their next direction? Microsoft has a direction. They have a vision. They've been building towards it for 10 years. They know where they're going. Sony looks like a chicken with its head cut off. It doesn't know which direction to go. Nintendo is just going to continue doing what Nintendo does. Like they're not going to change anytime soon. They're just going to continue on with the same formula and the same strategies that they've always done, since the beginning. They improve upon their business models, and they try to add some new excitement in little ways, but nothing groundbreaking, right? Microsoft's the only one of the three that's doing groundbreaking, that's doing the innovation, that's bringing the console gaming to the next level. And that's why I think they're the most exciting of the three. And Sony's in a lot of trouble right now. I don't see a bright future for them right now as things are going. I mean, I hope they don't go the way of Sega, like the donkeys and the PlayStation fanboys always try to say about Xbox. But guess what? Satya came out in an interview and said that there are the core to gaming is the core to their business. They will never kill it. So all those rumors and reports about like Satya wanting to end the business earlier in the generation, like back in the Xbox One days, and then like this generation was Series, that was never true, because he was always all in on gaming. It was just they never kicked it into high gear until this generation, right? Because they didn't see how much. I mean, they saw the value of Xbox, but they didn't see the full potential and the full value of Xbox until this generation, I think, when they started to realize that it was becoming a bigger and bigger part of their business. And it's the number 3 biggest part of their business out of all their facets. So this just kind of cements that we're here to stay. We got a lot to be excited about. The device that we talked about all show is showing the potential to be what we think it is, and it's going to be. So I would not even pay attention to anybody online who tries to spin it otherwise, because there's nothing to spin, because it's just everything that we've said is true, and everything that Xbox has said is confirmed everything that's been reported. So we're not getting smoke and mirrors. We're getting the real deal. This is This is what it's going to be. And come on, guys, let's get hyped. I don't know about you, Famo, but it's great to be an Xbox fan right now.
Love it, man. I love it. And Rez, I'm glad you're talking about other sites and how the gaming media perception about Xbox. I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm gonna give a shout outs to video cards. I want everybody to know that's what we've been reading from, and it's gonna be my go-to place now. I'm done with all the mediocre, just played out gaming journalism, or not. Why I say journalism, man? Come on, the gaming editing from these. Tom Warren is decent. That's because he works for the Verge, and Verge is very prestige. I'll give that to him. But there's been times when even he's gotten goofy, but I'll give it to him. Right? If I'm going to point my finger towards a direction of some kind of company that's in a professional field, The Verge, right? But that's all we got after that. IGN is a joke. Polygon's a joke. Kotaku's a joke. I like GameSpot. Don't get me wrong. I like GameSpot. GameSpot never has really been corny that way. They used to be a little goofy way back in the day, but they've not consistent enough to be on that chopping block. So no, I like GameSpot, but you just get tired of it. You see something happening, 20 million of them just drop the same damn thing. Like they're all on the same, like, yeah, put this out, put this out, put this out, put that. It's sad, right? But the stuff that we was reading today, the stuff that you was reading today, and you sent me the articles, I was like, what? Video cards. And I was looking at some of the stuff that they talk about. Listen, y'all, I'm going to send this. I'm literally going to send this, right? On the channel. Okay? I'm literally going to do this. So I don't want anybody to think anything different. I'm putting this in right now. Just give me a second. Hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Rez?
Yeah,
You
I hear you.
Okay,
I hear
you
you.
can hear me. I see you. Okay. All right. I put it down there. Okay. So shouts to future generation. Shouts to everybody that I didn't see ahead of time if you came in. And welcome to all the new people. All the new people. The word is getting out about DIRREC Gaming. I want to say thank y'all. I see how many people have been sharing our content. People have been leaving great comments and support in my DMs to keep pushing. And to everybody that's been here for years and years and years. Once again, I just want to say thanks for all the love. Now,
thank you, guys.
Video cards, as I've been looking at this, Rez, when you send it to me, when you read down, what I love about them is they always leave the previous post that they've done. So so all you need is one of these articles, y'all. Go down and you'll see where it says previous post. And you touch that and it'll open up the next article. It'll go into the one that Rez was talking about. And on that one, it'll go to the last one. So don't worry. All he needed to do was post one. But shout outs to video cards for their professionalism. Their articles are very critiqued. You don't see no bias.
They're what gaming media should be.
Yes, from what I'm seeing right now, right? Because I'm new to them, but from what I'm seeing, and I went back on a few of their articles, and I'm like, wow, man, the way they write is like our gaming magazines used to be. Okay, so I recommend everybody here tonight check out video cards. That's gonna be my new go-to, man. I'm done. I'm on everything. I'm changing. I'm on another level. Video cards is my next gaming article. I guess it's a company, but forget it if it's not. Video cards on the website for their editing about video games and all kinds of news. I mean, they're even in the video, all that stuff. So if you're into all of that stuff, go check them out, man. But I'm gonna read this. Here's our last reading, and we're going to get out of here tonight, y'all. Thanks for y'all support. Microsoft brings Xbox mode to Windows 11 PCs. The rollout starts next month, Rez. Chat Pat, next month. See how there's no more. I'm serious, Mike. Microsoft is knocking down these towers, man. Month by month, week by week, days by days. There's no more playing around. Now, Rez, you just bought the Xbox. You bought the wrong Xbox Ally X last week, and you saw with your own eyes what I've been talking about. What me and Real's been talking about when we talk about the Xbox full screen experience. You see that? You saw it, right? Yep. You see how it'll tell you, hey, you want this full screen experience? You tap it, the whole damn thing just lights up. It's like Xbox to the max. Boom. Well, I got a surprise for you, Rez. You thought, and I thought, and everybody else thought that was it. Let's read. Microsoft has announced Xbox mode for Windows 11, a new full screen controller optimized gaming interface. A new full screen controller optimized gaming interface.
Oh man,
this is sick. Just when you just bought this handheld, just when you thought you done seen it all, like you just got it. So you're thinking, I got this. I see what Legal and Realist has been saying. Nah, bro, they done switched it up on you already. That begins rolling out in April in select markets. Watch this. The company says the feature brings what it's learned from building a gaming-focused operating system directly into Windows, while still allowing users to switch between productivity and play. So according to Microsoft, Xbox mode delivers a familiar Xbox-style experience on top of Windows 11, rather than replacing Windows itself. The company says the feature is meant to preserve the openness of the PC platform. So Microsoft did not put the PC community in a kennel, kept it open, including support for other storefronts while making Windows easier to use from a controller-first interface. Now watch this. Xbox mode is effectively the broader Windows 11 rollout of the Xbox full screen experience preview that has been available since November 2025 for users enrolled in both the Windows Insider and Xbox Insider programs. Watch this. Microsoft is now bringing the interface to laptops, desktops, and tablets, and has renamed it from the Xbox full screen experience, Res, or FSC, to Xbox mode. It's now called Xbox mode.
I like the sound of that.
Right. And here's what Microsoft has to say. We're taking everything we learned about building a leading gaming OS and bringing it directly into Windows for both players and developers. After debuting an early version with the ROG Xbox Ally handhelds, today I'm excited to share that we are bringing the same innovation to Windows 11 with Xbox mode that begins rolling out in April, starting with select markets. Xbox mode lets players seamlessly switch between productivity and play with a familiar full screen and controller optimized Xbox experience while embracing the openness of Windows. Microsoft. What has Microsoft just done? They have literally brought Windows and took the keyboard, took all that kind of experience out of it, and has made it a lot more simpler with the controller to give you an Xbox experience to the max on now your Windows 11 PC. You can still use your keyboard and stuff like that, but trust me, when you have that Elite 3 controller in your hand, you're going to love that. As at Microsoft's GDC session, led by Jason Ronald, forgive me, earlier in the show, when I said Jason Reynolds, I meant Ronald, correction. Microsoft's VP, Microsoft confirmed it is continuing to move Xbox and Windows closer together, with Ronald saying PC is becoming an increasingly important part of Xbox. They also noted Microsoft's push for a unified development model, including messaging at the event that told developers build for Xbox on PC. Damn. The announcement also adds more context to Project Helix, Microsoft's next generation Xbox platform powered by an AMD SoC, which Microsoft confirmed will not reach alpha with developers until 2027. While Helix remains a future product, Xbox mode shows Microsoft is already moving the current Windows PC experience closer to Xbox. I wanted to finish out with that third piece. That concluded our reading today. That's our excitement today. There is nothing left to say other than you was wrong if you thought that Xbox was going to slack this generation. They literally had no more room to slack. That's the problem. I mean, let's just keep it frank. They didn't have no more room to squander around. All right. COVID messed up the series. It messed up both of them. We didn't fully get everything we needed out of these consoles. That was the only downside. These are beautiful consoles. This is one of my favorite looking console of the Xbox consoles. I loved it. But what made me mad is I knew this thing had massive potential and COVID cut it short in this generation. But I hope that we see some of its greatest potential for those that don't get an upgrade. I hope these games come out just looking so much high level because this is a future proof console too. The Xbox Series X is future proof, but this Helix is on another level. Rez, I'm super hyped. Thank you for coming out today with me, man. Sorry guys. Realist was supposed to come tonight, but I guess he probably got held up on some family issues or family matters, probably with the kids or something. Spark 117 hit me up and said he was at the doctor. So whatever's going on with him or somebody of a loved one or friend, we want to say we hope that leaves off in a positive note. Um, Games Heroes is working, and so like I said, I know what it takes for these guys to be here. I'm always in tune and grateful for them to show up, and we also got Xbox brand on the weekends. So I want to, before we get off this air, I want to just say again, you guys make this worthwhile. Rez, you got anything else to say, man, before we get out of here?
No, man, I'm just happy that Microsoft's confirming everything we've been saying about Helix and the future of Xbox, and I'm excited for the next generation, the new era of Xbox. Let's go.
Let's go, man. No doubt. Hey, yo, listen, man. We come here to do one thing. Just one thing, man. It's simple here. We got one job to do, and that's to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us gaming. In the meantime, I don't want to see nobody out here tucking their chain, bro. We're not dealing with people out here in our Xbox community scared to represent. I ain't. Listen, man. I'm not. Dolanite, I'm not. I wear it. I'm out here. I'm greened up. I have no shame of being an Xbox fan. I'm not tucking my chain.
Dola Knight.
Period. Legendary Yobi, I'm not tucking my chain, famo. I'm 10 toes down. This, like I've been telling everybody, this isn't Xbox centric or something. Nah, bro, there's no room for nothing. It's not centric. It's not, oh, we know. Centric means the majority of this show. Nah. This ain't even a preferred Xbox channel. Nah. You see the green everywhere. Nah. It's the Xbox channel. One and only. Authentic. 100%. Now, you come in here, grab some popcorn, kick back with the Mighty Chat community. Make yourself at home. We don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. You may not look at Xbox like the way I look at it. That's fine. But just know when you over here on DIRREC Gaming, you're not confused. There's no confusion over here. We don't do that mixing and dixing over here, bro. That ain't us. This is 100% pure. Pure, bro. We gamma green infused green gems over here. Our fortress is a mighty kryptonite fortress. We don't, all the hating and all that, it don't reside over here. But what we will do, we'll celebrate the Xbox community and we'll celebrate the real fans of gaming all across the world. That's what we will do. We won't have a problem doing that. And in the meantime, remember, keep it gaming and don't let nobody ever take your extra man from you, bro. Everybody deserves a second chance. And look, man, we here to bring gaming back to the streets and the streets back to gaming. And we're almost there, y'all. Helix is coming around. Gaming is going to come back to its essence. Can y'all imagine? So look, it's up to y'all. Like I've always said, y'all are the most important entities out here. It's not the YouTubers. It's y'all. Without viewers, there's no YouTube channels. Period. Without followers, subscribers, there's nothing. Y'all. So y'all change the environment. If you see the stupidity, why are you supporting it? Why do you linger with it? Get out there, mass up, go out there, talk about how it's not making the community better. Let us know. Let people that got voices, hey, won't y'all talk about this now? Speak up. Let your voices be heard. Right, Lily? Make your voices be heard. It's y'all's time now. Let them understand what the streets look like. The YouTubers, we've been out here over 10, 15 years. Go look at some of them. Some of them are hitting almost at 20 years. What are y'all doing? Are y'all not going to give yourselves a chance to be heard? Or are you going to keep letting other people? That's a decision that y'all going to have to make. But right now, I see the door wide open for y'all. It's time for y'all to be heard, man. And y'all can do it. You can change the atmosphere. What's up, Joseph? Y'all can do this. It's up to y'all, though. It's however y'all want to believe it. But like Red said over here, that damn Helix is going to change everything we thought about console gaming. And I told y'all, the whole landscape is going to change. And Xbox will be leading the way. I go by the new legal. This is Di-RRec Gaming, resident gamer over here on the side of me, Mighty Chat Pack all around me, the mighty Xbox community worldwide, and to all the real gamers around the world. Y'all stay safe. See y'all on the next show. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.